If you're just starting a business in Nigeria or you're about to start one, this video is one of the most important videos you watch. I'm going to be showing you 7 mistakes new business owners in Nigeria face. I need to start with this, right? This is not Silicon Valley. This is not America. This is Nigeria. So when you're starting business, you have to be very careful to start it the Nigerian way and not make certain mistakes that will just drag and waste your time, effort, and money. Now, the first mistake I've noticed a lot of people do is this: no sales. They don't focus on sales. I've seen the worst one is they try to hire a salesperson to sell what you're doing. Your number one job as an entrepreneur, you're starting a business, it's selling, not the product, not the team. Sales, you have to sell first, because if you cannot sell, you cannot have a viable business. So if you don't know how to sell, maybe don't be an entrepreneur, or try and partner with someone who can. But if you're not willing to sell, don't start, because your number one job is selling. I've seen this happen all the time. People think their product is worth anything. Every time all their effort is on the product. I want to do the best cars ever. Bro, sell a shitty car first, and then you grow, and then you get started. You have enough money to do the best cars ever. Like, oh, the cars in the market are terrible. Somebody wanted to start a hair business, and she came to us for funding, and she was telling us how the hairs in the market are terrible, this one, that one, and that she wants to start a hair business, but with the best hair in the market. And I told her, how about the hair in the market? People are buying it, right? She said, yes, but I'm buying it a lot. But by the time I do my own hair that is better, people will buy it too. Great idea. Very brilliant idea. But how about you do this? Start selling the hair in the market first. When you start selling the hair in the market and you have enough customers, then come back to us. If you've sold 100 hairs, we will give you money to make the hair better and then sell to your customers. And she was like, oh my God, what kind of thing is that? Because you need to have money to start a business, and you have to have the best hair. So focus on selling first. You might not be able to build the product you have in your mind. You don't have to build the product you have in your mind. You start with what you have and then sell. If you're not focusing on selling, you will fail. Definitely are going to fail, especially in Nigeria. The next thing is waiting for the perfect time. You want everything to be perfect before you start. See, especially in Nigeria, right? Things are going to go wrong. There's no business I've started where the starting was just smooth. Something is going to go wrong. Your bank will not work. Transportation will have issues. NEPA will take light. Your phone camera will not be good enough. Everything is going to be bad. But you have to start like that. Stop waiting for better. I used to tell people I train, and I tell them that, see, if you're a realtor, you're a salesperson, or you're in real estate or whatever business, and you're supposed to shoot content for your business, and you are here saying, oh, I'm using Android, and because I'm using Android, I can't post. I need an iPhone to post. You know what will happen? Your Android will spoil. That your Android phone you can't use to shoot, it's going to spoil, it's going to enter water, and now you will have nothing. And guess what? Even when you have nothing, you still have to do work. You have to work. So use what you have already. You know what I hate the most is they will first say, oh, it's Android phone, I need to get an iPhone. And then they get an iPhone, maybe they get an iPhone 11, and they'll be like, iPhone 11, the camera is not that good. I need a 15. They get a 15, digital camera is the best. They get a digital camera, and all of a sudden it's a 3 million naira camera or 10 million naira camera. They say, that's what I need. Do you know what I realize? Content is content. You need cameras that are good, right? But like, your content is good enough. If you like, use POS to record. People will watch it and people will engage with it. I don't know if you have noticed all those old videos or videos that it seems like it's POS, they actually just record it. So start with what, just don't wait for perfection. Start now, start with what you have. Don't wait now, today is the right time. So it's the right time for you to start. The next one is you focus too much on raising money. People think raising money is how you start a business. I still remember this story very clearly. When I dropped out of school and I was starting a business, people were making fun of me a lot. Like, I had this guy from my church consistently made fun of me. Then one day he met me in a restaurant. I was reading a book. Then I always wake up in the morning and go to the restaurant, because the restaurant was like my office. And I was reading a book there, and he came to me. I was like, hey, what's up? Okay, you want to start a business, right? You think you're so smart. Pitch to me. Pitch your business idea to me. And I'm like, he was like, he's an investor, I should pitch to him. And I told him, I'm not raising money. He was like, what What do you mean you're not raising money? I'm like, I'm not raising money. My business is not stable enough to raise money. And he went at me about how stupid I was, that what kind of businessman am I, not raising money and you are starting a business. And this is where everybody gets it wrong. You do not need to raise money to start your business. What you need to get is customers. Once you have customers, fundraising is easy. Once you have customers, guess what happened? People will give you money. The last fundraiser I did, I had to raise like 500 million. I raised it in 2 weeks. Do you know why people give it to 500 million in 2 weeks? I have customers. There was a time I had to raise $1 billion. I raised $1 billion in less than a month because I have a lot of customers. Who did I raise money from? My customers. I reached out to them and they were willing to give me money. Why? They've done business with me. They've seen my business grow. They know that I will deliver because they've seen me deliver in the past. It was so easy to raise money. But what you'd keep doing and why your business will not start is because you're trying to raise money when you don't even have a business. You have an idea and the first thing you think is people should give you money. Why would anybody give you money? Why? Go and sell first. Have a lot of customers, have track record, have money go through your account, then people will actually listen to you. Be good first. Be good at selling. You don't need funding. I'm here to tell you, this is not Silicon Valley. Maybe in Silicon Valley, if you have any idea, people just give you money. Nigeria is not even that market. So make sure you are selling first and not trying to raise money. So don't, all those attention and energy you are putting in fundraise, put it into actually doing your business. And you make enough money that by the time you want to raise funds, people actually listen to you and you have people to talk to, and you will not be disturbing your family and friends every time to give you money. The next thing is wrong product. Wrong product is when you sell what you like instead of what people want to buy. So a lot of people, it's a very common mistake people do a lot, is wrong product. You want to sell what you think you want, and this thing, it goes deep to even your skill level. So one of the things I did when I wanted to start a business, I started with phone repairing, I started with engineering, and one of the reasons why I stayed in engineering is when I was in GS3. After my GS3, I went to learn how to repair phones. So I learned how to repair phones. Over time, I really loved the whole part of it, which might have informed me going to study electrical electronics engineering in school. And that whole thing was already pushing me towards a path of you are an engineer, you should think like and work like an engineer. Until one day I realized that, do you know what I also like other than engineering? I really love engineering, right? I can build components. Once I'm doing a project, I might not even sleep. There was one time I did a project for 3 days, I didn't sleep. But I noticed that it was not just the project that was keeping me up at night, it was also the money. I like the money, I like making money. I'm also passionate about real estate now. I wasn't passionate about it at the beginning, but when you're making a lot of money from something, passion will come, right? So you have to pick the right product. Sell what people want to buy. Don't be obsessed about anything. For you to make money doing business in Nigeria, you have to be open-minded. You go where the money is. Don't fight it. If this is where it's working, go there. And this will help you find your niche. It will help you find your skill. It will help you find everything. Don't force things because of you want it to work. Be a lot more open. Your product should not be fixed. At the beginning, you should be, what does the market want? You move. See, this is how open I am to the market, right? When we started Flinch Realty, the name of Flinch Realty is actually Flinch X Realty. When we noticed that everybody kept calling it Flinch Realty, we changed the name to Flinch Realty because it is easier to do Flinch Realty than convince everybody that, oh, it's Flinch X. A lot of you are not selling because you want to sell what is in your mind instead of what people want to buy. So say what people want to buy, your life will be easy. The same reason when we started Flinch Realty, we wanted to go to Lekki, the fancy Lekki, to do real estate there. We went there, our office was there for almost a year. And we noticed that while we were in Lekki, we sold 3 properties on the mainland. The value of those properties were over 100 million. While in Lekki, we didn't sell anything in Lekki for almost a year. Spent all our money there, but we sold 3. Guess what happened? We moved to the mainland, even if it was not fancy, even if we were not too excited about it. By the time we got there, we realized this is gold. This is where the money is for us. And get over time, we've made billions from there. So you have to follow the market. Let the market determine where you move. Don't just decide on this is what I want, especially at the beginning. Towards the end, the more you go far, the more you can now say, okay, this is who I am, this is what I am in the market, and I'll fix. So be a lot more malleable. Don't sell the wrong product. The next thing is lack of focus. Lack of focus. The moment you know something is working, you double down on it. So while you're testing out things at the beginning, the moment something is working, double down on it. Where did you get your first customer? Where did you get your second customer? Where did you get your third customer? Focus on it. If you're selling shoes, you've seen that shoe is what is moving for you. Focus on it. The more things you do, the less your chance of success on each one. I only do real estate, bro. Like, I only do real estate. I was talking to someone yesterday that till today, all my investments are in real estate. I don't own one share of any stock. I don't own $1 of crypto. Okay, I have $100 in crypto. My friend gave me, that boy, he gave me $100. It was $100. Then he helped me trade it to $120. Since that day, I've not opened that app again. And he made that. That's a whole story. He made like maybe 50K off crypto, and I begged him to show me love, and he sent me $100. Wickedness in this life. He sent me only $100. That's the only money I own in crypto. Right? It's not because all these investment platforms are not good or anything, but focus. Say, don't put your eggs in one basket. 7 streams of income. First off, do put your egg in one basket, right? Just make sure you guard that basket very well. Secondly, 7 streams of income is for rich people, not for poor person like you. You've not made any money, you don't have nothing, you don't need 7 streams. You don't even have 1 stream. Like, I can't really get it. Somebody that you're making like 500K, 200K a month, and you're looking for 7 streams. You hardly even have 1. So these are 7 streams of income. Even if you watch those rivers that have 7 streams, if you trace the 7 stream and go down, you realize that they have one giant source. Then the streams come from those sources. That's what you're looking for. You need first to work on your giant source of income, then you do the other stream. So make sure you focus. Don't do too much. Don't sell too much. Amazon sold books for like 5 years, just books for 5 years before they started doing other things. Why? Focus. Focus will get you far. Focus will get you very, very far. So make sure you focus. The next one is wasting time on technology. I'm going to say this phrase again. Nigeria is not Silicon Valley. Listen to me. Nigeria is not Silicon Valley. Nobody is going to give you $1 million to start your silly idea. So stop looking for investors and stop trying to be the risk kid of tech. Look for what you can compete on, right? Look for what we can compete on. I'm not saying don't do tech. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying your technology is only as good as your product, what your technology can do for others. And if you're just starting out, I would not advise you to even touch tech. See, the guys who make it in tech are usually guys that have been coding for a long time, have stable job, made a lot of money, then they go into tech. Guys that are school abroad, they have good and affluent connection, they make it into tech, right? You cannot just be like me, start from mushing, and what you are thinking is tech. You'll be suffer. You'll be suffer if you don't see any money. How much is it in the tech? People keep talking tech. How much is in tech? Now, what pisses me off about the people that want to go start tech? Now, tech is even good. The issue is that you now obsess over the technology itself instead of your customers. Amazon obsession is on their customers. Even Tesla, you have to focus on your customers. Customers is more important. The technology is to help the customers. So if you don't focus on the service you're providing for your customers, you will win. Your technology is an aid to help your customers. So you should be talking to customers, you should be selling to customers. Technology can come with that. Oracle, one of the interesting things Oracle did when coming up was they will go and sell the tech first to a lot of people. Tech they don't even have. Collect money, they use that money to build it. It's like off plan, but for technology. It was hilarious, and guess what? He made it. It was a chaotic thing. I wouldn't recommend you do it, but have that kind of mindset. Sell it first before you start building, and focus more on selling than the tech. The tech can always hire people to do it. The last thing is doing things alone. Doing things alone. This is a very Nigerian thing, right? Nigerians are not very pro partnerships. So if you want to start a business, I would 1000% recommend get a co-founder. Start with someone. I had a co-founder, and I would tell you categorically in this video, without him, I wouldn't have gone this far. He gave a lot of support at the beginning, at the middle, at the end. Every time, he's like, it's a lot, 10 times more easy having partners than doing it alone. So don't do this alone. If you want to go far, right, you go with people. If they say if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with people. But if you want to build a sustainable business, you have to work with others. You have to hire people, you have to partner with people, you have to work with people. So you need to know how to think around that sphere so that you can have an advantage to get to where you want to get to fast. To start a business in Nigeria is really hard, but it's very, very possible. And if you avoid these mistakes, you are going to go way further than most people. I've made many of these mistakes myself. I've learned from it, and that's why I'm able to build a very big business in Nigeria. And I can tell you specifically to avoid them. And if you do avoid them, you will go a lot further than a lot of people and make good money. If you like this video, share with your friends that still making these mistakes, and also comment which of these mistakes have you made in the past and how did you go. Thank you very much. My name is Bright Okereke. I'll see you on the next episode.